Altar versus what? I want to believe you know that there are many altars. Either you believe or not, it will not stop altars from being created. What is an altar? You may ask me. What is an altar? An altar, my dear friends, is mainly a place of sacrifice. An altar is a place of encounter between the physical and the spiritual. An altar is a place of decision making. An altar is a place where rulers, those that are in charge of ruling, discuss. Altars are very, very important. And we are in an age where altars speak. If you do not have an altar speaking for you, another man's altar will speak for you. And it can never be for your good. We hear of altars, altars. Abraham, we erect an altar, make a sacrifice to God. And the greatest sacrifice he would have made to God was to offer his son, Isaac. Isaac offered sacrifices to God on different altars. All through the prophets, we hear of altars, altars, altars. In the book of Samuel, before the Israelites were embarked on any battle, they will make sacrifices. The prophet Samuel will erect an altar and a sacrifice will be made. And they'll be assured of victory in whatever battle they enter. In the time of the prophet Elijah, we hear of the great battle between Elijah and the 400 prophets of Baal. And the battle was settled with an altar. Bring down fire from heaven on your altar. Tell your gods to bring fire on this altar. And I will ask my God to bring down fire. The 400 prophets of Baal, they cried and cried, nothing happened. But when Elijah called on his God, the living God, fire came down on that altar. When there is fire on your altar will speak. Children of God, as it was happening in the Old Testament, it is still happening today. People are still erecting altars. Altars for different deities. Altars for different purposes. Altars everywhere. Some you see, some you can never see. But I tell you, those altars are very potent because of the sacrifices on that altar. Every altar requires blood. Altar is the table of sacrifice. People can go to any length to make sacrifices on their altars. Because they believe in the power from the altar. Every altar has got a strong man. Every altar has got a priest. We are in an age where altars are speaking. If we open our Bible to the book of Numbers chapter 22, we remember what happened to the Israelites when they were coming close to the land of Moab. King Balak heard about the exploits of the Israelites, how they conquered any territory they entered, how they took over any place they stepped their feet in. He was scared. He knew they had a God, or they have a God that is behind them. He knew they have a God that they carry with them anywhere they enter. And he knew that for a God to be behind them, they must have a powerful altar. He went far to look for a prophet, the prophet Balaam, to come and erect altars so as to place curse on the Israelites. We are told that on one altar, the prophet Balaam will sacrifice 7 bulls. After making the sacrifice, he will try to place a curse on the Israelites. The sacrifice or the altar of the Israelites, their God will speak from their altar and will speak to the prophet Balaam that whom God has blessed, no man can curse. Because at that time, the altar of the Israelites were higher, more powerful than every other altar. The prophet Balaam tried using different spots, sacrificing the same number of bulls, but all his efforts proved abortive. Because the altar the Israelites were carrying with them, the Ark of the Covenant, was more powerful than any other altar at that time. Their altar then, the fire on the altar was burning. When the fire of your altar is burning, no altar can speak for you. But the Israelites began to compromise. They compromised. With their compromise, the fire on their altar was quenched. So their enemies prevailed against them because they compromised. My dear children of God, in our own time, altars are still speaking. There are altars everywhere. Some altars have been erected to frustrate us. Some altars have been erected with great sacrifices to keep us in one spot. Some altars have been erected to cause confusion in our homes, to frustrate our children. Some altars have been erected to bring shame, sorrow in our families. Some have been erected to keep us in one spot. In some families, there are altars being manipulated by a strong man so that others will depend on just one person. In your family, do you have just one person progressing that every other person will have to be at peace with that one person? Number one, will always respect that one person. Number two, that one person has the final say in whatever decision the family is to make. If you are in such families, I want you to know that there is an altar that a strong man is manipulating things. It is happening. It is not African magic. Every altar has got a strong man. If you are not at peace with that strong man, the strong man will frustrate you until you are able to have an altar that will speak for you. You see, in some families, only one person, only one family will just be progressive. Others will be dependent on them. You do business, he will be the one to give you the money to do the business because he knows that the business will fall. It has already fallen even before you started it. Everything is to bring you back, to pull you back to himself because he's a strong man. And they are always quick in giving out, pretending to love, pretending to care, pretending that they are concerned about your good so that you will never suspect them. At Christmas, they are the first to give you a bag of rice. They are the first to give you a goat, even chicken. They tell you to not worry. I know things are hard, things are bad, but do not worry. Ogademma, Ogademma. And he will go to his shrine and tell you, Mpa. Altars are speaking. In some business places, you will see people running only to a particular shop. To a particular shop. Even when the person is selling the goods higher, people will just go there. Companies will go there. You'll be asking yourself, am I not serving God enough? What is happening? Why are people running only to this shop? This bad man, this troublesome man, this man that likes to cause trouble, this woman that likes to cause trouble. People are going there. And those that will come to your side are those that probably just want to pick few things, few items. Altars are speaking. Even in the marketplaces, even in your place of work, altars are speaking. Sometimes you come out from your house, you walk on the street, you see this thing they call ebo. Do you know what they call ebo? They'll put different food in a calabash. They'll put it in a place called Orita Meta. Orita Meta is very important. They try to prefigure what happens on our own altar. Orita Meta, I want you to note it today. You know what Orita Meta looks like? A cross. T-junction. T-junction. Have you asked yourself why they always put Ebo at the T-junction? In the whole community, a strong man will be offering a sacrifice to a particular deity on his altar. And that altar will be speaking against all other persons living around that vicinity. things are happening. Altars are speaking. If there is no fire on your altar, another man's altar will speak for you. My dear friends in Christ, no matter the altars in the world, no matter the number of sacrifices that is being offered on any altar, there is an altar that is bigger than every other altar. There is an altar that destroys every other altar. There is an altar. When that altar speaks for you, the strong man in other altars will run away. There is an altar. When that altar speaks for your family, things will turn around in your favor. There is an altar. When that altar speaks for you, priests of other altars will worship you. There is an altar where the greatest sacrifice have been offered. Calvary. Let us clap for the altar of Calvary. Yes, Calvary. We have a greater altar. The altar that should give us pride. The altar that we should depend upon. The altar that never disappoints. The altar that never fails. Because on this altar, the greatest sacrifice have been offered. I told you every altar needs blood. Even the altar of Calvary required a blood. And a lamb was slain on that altar. God offered himself as a sacrifice to himself. I want you to look at the crucifix. The crucifix used to be a symbol of shame, a symbol of ridicule, a symbol of disgrace. But when the Son of God was sacrificed on it, it became a symbol of victory, a symbol of triumph. And that victory will be assured in your life today in the mighty name of Jesus. We must key in to the altar of Calvary. So today, as I have come to pray along with you, I want to remind you of the last 7 wishes of Jesus on that great altar. As the season of Lent is gradually coming to an end, I want to remind you of the last 7 words of Christ on that altar. Because if you keep those 7 words, then Calvary will speak for you. On the cross of Calvary, what was the first wish of the Lamb? After they have flogged him, disgraced him, ridiculed him, nailed him on the cross, what did he say to his persecutors? Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing. then we must live out the 7 words of Jesus. And it is these 7 words that I will use in praying with you today. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing. If you want the altar of Calvary to speak for you against every other altars, then you must learn to forgive like the Master. Yes, they frustrated him. They didn't appreciate him. Those he came to redeem were those that killed him. Those he fed. Those he lived for. Those he healed were the same people that condemned him. And on the cross he said, forgive them, Father. They do not know what they are doing. My dear people of God, are there people in your life, in your family, in your place of work, that have truly hurt you, that have disgraced you, that have ridiculed you, that you do not want to hear about again? Are there people who have done something to you that you no longer want to hear their names again? Calvary is calling you today, as you prepare to enter the Holy Week, to forgive and let go. Could it be your husband? Could it even be your wife? In some homes, yes, husband and wife, they are laughing, they are smiling, but deep down within them, they are enemies. Could it even be your children who did something to you and you are finding it difficult to forgive them and let go? Could it be that man who promised to marry you, who promised to see your parents before December, on the appointed day, only put a call to you to tell you he can no longer continue? You no longer want to hear his name. Could it be somebody in your place of work who connived for them to sack you? Who are those people that have hurt you deeply, that you are struggling to forgive? Calvary is calling you today to let go of such bitterness. Are there even people in your life, maybe relatives, that have taken your names to shrine? They have erected an altar, killing chicken, goats, just because of you, to kill you, to frustrate you, to keep in one spot. Are there people who have taken your shoes, your clothes, to a shrine for them to tie you down? Yes, it is painful, but Calvary is calling you today to forgive. Because if you forgive and let go, then this altar will speak for you. This altar will fight for you. The altar is there. If you can fight for yourself, then you do not need an altar. If you know you cannot fight for yourself, then you can present your case before the altar, and justice will be given to you. But for you to be given justice, you must follow the principles of the altar. And the principle are the 7 Jesus gave to us. Forgive. See it as if they do not know what they are doing. For them to have carried your names to places shows that they do not know what they are doing. They are only blinded by envy. They are blinded by your star. They are afraid of what God has put in you, what you will turn out to become. they do not know what they are doing. Because if they know what they are doing, they will celebrate and wait for you to shine, so that in your glory, they will also shine. Forgive and let go. Forgiveness is not easy, but forgiveness is paramount. On the cross of Calvary, on the altar of Calvary, what was his second statement? Today, you will be with me in paradise. Some theologians will say Jesus meant that today I say to you, you will be with me in paradise. Whatever they are saying, whatever they mean, we know that Jesus is saying to the thief who repented on the cross that heaven is his portion. My dear children of God, for Calvary to fight for you, for Calvary to speak for you, like the good thief, we must sincerely return to Jesus. You cannot want or expect Calvary to speak for you when you are living according to the principles of the world. You cannot expect Calvary to fight for you when you are living like the children of the world. When we continually live in sin, when we continually live according to the standard of the world. Many of us Christians, we pray well, but our altars lack fire to connect with Calvary because we are not at right with God. Externally, we pursue God, but in the secret part of our lives, we live like the world. Am I sincere with Jesus? Do I still live according to the standard of the world? Do I still live in sin, adultery, fornication, abortion, backbiting, bearing false witness, condemning people even when I do not have facts? Do I still participate in gossiping, in bringing down people, in fighting people for no just cause? If we want Calvary to speak for us, then like the good thief, we must reconcile with the Father. So many of us, even in our homes, we have altars. True, we have altars. But there is no longer fire on that altar. Because of what? Because of sin. Even some of the altars we have in our homes, in our rooms, we do not even respect those altars. We quarrel before those altars. We use foul languages. Some have their altars in their parlor and they watch different kinds of things there. They quarrel, they insult, they do evil, and you want such altars to speak for you. Such altars cannot speak for you. Have you ever seen any babalawo? Have you ever heard of any dibia in his shrine carry a woman to his shrine? You can never. The Arusi will strike the dibia down. What do we do before our altars? You know yourself. I know myself. For Calvary to rise for you, then you must reconcile with the Father. With the life of the good thief, it is never too late. The thief stole heaven at the last hour. He lived a wayward life all through his life, but at the very last moment, he reconciled with the Father and he won heaven. It is never too late, my dear people of God. Every day is an opportunity. Every day is a day of grace. Return to the Father. Go back to him in the sacrament of reconciliation. Go and say to Jesus, I am sorry. His mercy outweighs his judgment. What is holding me back from going to confession for 5 years, for 10 years, for 2 years, for 6 months? What is holding you? Are you too busy that you do not have a place for God in your life? It is never too late, my dear people of God. Jesus is still speaking. On the altar of Calvary, after forgiving the thief, he saw his mother weeping, his mother totally broken, and the only apostle that he calls the beloved apostle. The other apostles have disappeared. They were gazing from afar. They couldn't come to the foot of the cross. But John, the beloved apostle, was there. The mother of Jesus was also there. And Jesus gave the third word, the third powerful word on the altar of Calvary. And he wants us to live out that word. He said to his mother, woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. The Gospel of John, at that point in time, did not mention the name of any apostle, but referred to John as the beloved disciple. Meaning that at that point, John was a symbol of all those who loved Jesus. John was a symbol of all those who are following Jesus. John stood at that point as a symbol of the church. Jesus gave his mother to his disciples, to those that love him, to the church as a treasure. What's the place of Mary in your life? Mary at the foot of Calvary was the partaking of Christ in the church. Behold your son. So every Christian who truly loves Jesus was meant to see Mary as his mother. Must learn to honor Mary as the mother of God. Must learn to honor Mary as the greatest intercessor, because she is the greatest intercessor. While she was here on earth, she interceded for people. How much more will she intercede for us now that she's with her son in heaven? For Calvary to speak for you, you must learn to honor that woman. For Calvary to fight for you, you must learn to give a pride of place to the mother of the Redeemer. Jesus is still speaking. What else did he say? I thirst. No, before I thirst, I think he exclaimed, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? On the altar of Calvary, Jesus cried. His humanity was seen. He was in pain. He was in sorrow. As we all know, Jesus is fully God, 100% God and 100% man. He is true God and true man. So like man, he felt the pains on the cross. He felt the pains of the flogging. He felt the pains of the thorn. He felt the pain of his betrayal. He cried to his Father, my God, why have you forsaken me? But did his Father forsake him? No. That was the hour for which he has come to the world. Last week Sunday, in the gospel, we're hearing him talk about the hour. For this hour I have come. It was for that hour that he came to the world. He came for that very hour to suffer. But as a human being, he felt the pains of his suffering. And as a human being on the cross, he felt the abandonment of his Father. But the Father was quiet. The Father looked at his Son dying a shameful death on the cross. But for love of you, the Father was quiet. Because for every altar, there must be a lamb, there must be blood. And to help destroy every other altar, the greatest sacrifice must be offered for you, for your salvation, for your victory, for your redemption. So the Father was quiet. Jesus felt his Father abandon him. Like Jesus, my dear friends, in our lives as children of God, there are times we think God has abandoned us. There are times we cry like Jesus, oh God, why have you abandoned me? Oh God, I pray to you. I come to church every Sunday. I come to adoration every Tuesday. I pay my tithe. I support the things of God. Why are these things happening to me? Like Jesus, you can cry. When your humanity presses heavily upon you, you can cry to the Father. But your Father, he knows the end from the beginning. He may be quiet. He may be quiet. That does not in any way mean he's not going to act. He's going to act at the appointed time. He may allow certain things to happen to you. He may allow your enemy's plan and you lose your job. He may allow your enemy's plan and tie you down in one spot. He may allow your enemies, like the 3 young men in the book of Daniel chapter 3, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they stood their ground that they were not going to worship any other God except the true God. He allowed the enemy to throw them into the burning furnace. God may allow your enemies to throw you into the burning furnace. He may allow your enemies throw you into the den of lions like Daniel in Daniel chapter 6. But one thing he will not allow them to do is for them to have the last laugh. He will not allow your enemies have the last laugh. In your life, your enemies will not have the last laugh. In your family, your enemies will not have the last laugh. In your finance, your enemies will not have the last laugh. In your children, your enemies will not have the last laugh. On the cross of Calvary, the devil was celebrating. Satan was rejoicing. Satan thought it was over. Satan thought he has taken over the world. Satan thought, yes, I have succeeded. He rejoiced, but his joy lasted only 3 days. Only 3 days. They may be rejoicing now. That strong man in your family may be rejoicing, ridiculing you by sending you a bag of rice, ridiculing you by giving you an alert of 50,000 on monthly basis. Even at the end of the month, you don't even know what you did with the money. That strong man may be smiling. When you gather for family meeting, he will allow all of you fool yourselves. You talk and talk, argue, fight. He will just stand up and say, this is what we will do. Pam, pam, pam. And everybody will say, okay, there. He may even be the last born in the family. Because of what is speaking for him. Because of who he is. And because of where he has entered. Because of the altar he's making sacrifices to. The devil thought he had the last laugh when Jesus died on the cross. God was quiet. Do you think God is quiet about your situation? Are you at the point of giving up? Are you at the point of surrendering everything and saying to yourself, if God is no longer acting on my side, then why do I still go to church? Why do I still come to adoration? Why do I waste my time coming here today when others are working? Why do I make so much sacrifices? I leave my business. I contribute to the things of God. I pray. I do fasting. I pray. I give alms. And God is still silent. I'm still suffering from that sickness. My children are not moving forward. My business is not progressing. I've not gotten that job I am looking for. Hang in there. That is what the enemy wants. For you to cry, for you to give up, for you to surrender, so that all the sacrifices you have made will not be in vain. Hang in there, child of God. On the cross, Jesus cried, why have you abandoned me? But the Father did not abandon him. After 3 days, he came back to life. Somebody said after he died, he went to the tombs to conduct a crusade, to release the captives. People that have died from the time the world began. He went to set them free. He began disgracing the devil from the devil's own kingdom. You know, when the archangel Michael and the host of angels sent Satan, Lucifer, out of heaven, they sent him to the bottomless abyss, to the place called Sheol, to the place of darkness, to the place of the dead. That was where Jesus went to first, after he died, to meet Lucifer in his own kingdom of reigning, to set people free so that they can enter heaven. If you are on that point when you are crying, you think God has abandoned you. Like Jesus hanging there. Calvary will speak for you. That blood of Jesus will not be in vain in your life. Jesus is still speaking. He went on to say, I thirst. I thirst. The first time we hear about Jesus being thirsty was in Samaria, when he encountered the Samaritan woman at the well. He said to her, give me water. And we knew the story of that encounter. The woman discovered that the man asking for water was a prophet, but not just a prophet, but the Messiah. And she ran to invite people to come and also encounter that great figure has encountered. Jesus thirsts for righteousness. Jesus thirsts for people who will stand with him in good and in bad. Jesus thirsts for you. He thirsts for your faith. He thirsts for you to prove to the world that no matter what is happening to you, you will remain in him, you will remain for him, and you are ready to die in and for him. He thirsts for your righteousness. And finally, he said, it is finished. Tetelestai. It is finished. It is finished. It is finished simply means when you are able to kill yourself for the sacrifice of Calvary, then believe it that it is finished. It is finished. The problem is over. The pain is over. The disgrace is over. If you are able to kill to the sacrifice of Calvary, then know that it is over. That strong man will surrender. That altar will scatter. That coven they go to gather and discuss about you will catch fire. He said, it is finished. It is finished. It is finished. Tetelestai. And before the end of our program on Friday, that word "it is finished" will be reincarnated in your lives in the mighty name of Jesus. The altar of Calvary is still speaking. Have you gone to any Catholic church and you will not see fire burning from the altar? You cannot go to any Catholic church, you must see fire burning from the altar. The lighted candle, the fire will keep burning because that altar is still speaking. This altar is still speaking, and this altar will speak for you today. I do not care the altars that have followed you here. I do not care the altars that may have been fighting you for many years. I do not care the altar of dragons in your life. The altars from the sea, from the seven oceans, from the land, from the forest, from your village, that altar will surrender today. Calvary wants to speak for you. Have they tied you in bondage for many years? Have that strong man ridiculed you for many years? Have that strong man disgraced your family for many years? Have you been kept in one bond for many years? Have they padlocked you and thrown the padlock into the sea? Even the sea will vomit you. Calvary is speaking for you today. But are we ready for Calvary? Are we ready for Calvary? Every altar requires a sacrifice. On Calvary, the greatest sacrifice was offered. Jesus, the Son of God. Are you keen into the altar of sacrifice? In your own life as Christians, do you even make sacrifices on that altar? Many Christians no longer see the need to make sacrifices. To harm you, some people will kill cows, goats, chickens. What are you sacrificing on Calvary? To connect yourself with the one eternal sacrifice of Jesus. you sacrifice your time, your talents, your treasure to support Calvary? When you want to begin any project in your business, in your family, do you bring a sacrifice to Calvary, to your own parish? And you go to your church, you go to your priest, Father, I want to begin to build my house. To connect to the sacrifice of Jesus on the altar. For a successful completion of that project, I give this for the use of the church. Making sacrifices is important for every altar. What sacrifices have I done for the good of my parish? There are some Christians, they don't care what is happening in church. Their own is just attend and go. How Father buys candles on the altar, how Father maintains the church, how the church continues to be beautiful, to be neat, I do not care. How Father maintains the band, how Father maintains the microphones, how Father even gets priests, we don't care. Sometimes our own is just come, do and go. You must learn to make sacrifices. When you make sacrifice, your altar will speak for you. To make sacrifice is not easy. It took Balak plenty cows. Still, those sacrifices could not speak for him. What sacrifice have I made this year for the good of my parish? It is never too late. It is never too late. We pray that God will speak to each and every one of us so that we'll key in to what is happening in our parish through Christ our Lord. Let us now reconnect to Calvary. Anywhere you are, I want you to stand up. The hour has come. Power must change hand. The power has come. Strong men will be arrested. The power has come for altars to scatter. Just begin to connect yourself to Jesus on Calvary. This is the hour of grace. When we say the crucifix is a symbol of victory, the hour has come. The hour has come. There is no altar that is stronger than Calvary. There is no sacrifice, any place, any part of the world that is bigger than the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross of Calvary. Hey, the hour has come. The hour of liberation. The hour of letting go. The hour of letting go.